So let's start with the Yankee rant. I actually have plenty to touch on today. There's three things really I want to talk about. The first being that the news broke today, and this is more of a sentimental Yankee thing, that the longtime radio broadcaster John Sterling has announced his retirement. He is done. And listen, he's 85 years old. I'm actually surprised that he didn't do it sooner. Him and Susan Waldman have been on the air forever. Susan Waldman was actually the first voice ever heard on WFAN here in New York. So an absolute kudos to him for a fantastic career. His voice is going to be missed. You know, the Yankees away. I think that could be appreciated pretty much everywhere in the country except for maybe Boston. But he's retiring. Congrats on a great career. An absolute legend, one of my heroes. Here's the other thing, and I think, you know, Dalton can attest to this as well. There are two things really that I'm surprised about. The first thing being, I'm actually stunned at how good the Yankees starting pitching has been to start the year. Now, Luis Gil is struggling tonight with command. He walked in a run already. It's like there are going to be those starts, but they have the third lowest team ERA in the entire major leagues at this point. Their starting pitching has been outstanding. Marcus Stroman, with the exception of his last start, has had two absolutely perfect outings so far in the Bronx. Carlos Rodon looks like he's back to his old self. That's really encouraging to see. And their bullpen, obviously, I don't think we had any questions about their bullpen, but their bullpen has been absolutely lights out to start the year. That's great to see, even without Jonathan Loizaga, who he's out for the year. That's another pitcher injury that we're going to touch on later. And the other thing really is the transformation of Anthony Volpe from year one to year two. I mean, his entire approach is different. And I think Juan Soto probably has something to do with that, but he's just sort of leveled out his swing to a point where he's striking out way, way less, putting the ball in play way, way more. He's finding himself in clutch situations and coming through to the point where now he's becoming the leadoff hitter in the Yankee lineup, and rightfully so. I have a lot to be happy about right now as a Yankee fan, Dalton. I'm feeling pretty good to start the year. I got to tell you.
I mean, there's no real reason that you wouldn't. I mean, it's really this. You touched on it. The starting pitching is really the most exciting thing happening there. You know, I mean, I think it's not shocking to see Stroman pitch well.
Yeah.
You know, Rodon, though, I mean, look, he's back, right? I mean, everybody who you listen to who knows pitching, you're seeing the same stuff from him that you see from him when he's dominant, which is a guy who's just ridiculously confident with his fastball.
Yeah.
You know, he pitches with a certain swagger when he knows he's confident. You can see that with him right now. But I think a big part of why the Yankees are where they are right now is the fact that you've got guys like Luis Gil who are stepping up and keeping them in ball games. Clark Schmidt, keeping them in ball games, pitching competitively. I mean, Cody Poteet this weekend, good outing for them, right? Like at the end of the day, when the guys who you're not counting on to do anything other than, you know, they start the game and you're hoping, hey, if I can get 5 innings, 3 or 4 runs, just keep us in it, I'd be happy. When those guys are going out there and putting up like a quality start, that's, you know, you're cooking with gas at that point. So because the question was never, can the Yankees score runs or can they hold leads? Right. Those are the things that you're confident about going into the season. And so when you're getting good starting pitching, this is what that team can look like. And, you know, you should feel encouraged because there are reinforcements of various kinds probably to come down the line, especially considering how they start. So plenty to be excited about there. I don't blame you at all. And hey, I think for the good of this podcast, it's awesome seeing the Yankees playing so well because it's going to
That's right
for us.